guys, welcome back to another one of my live tutorials. Tonight we're doing something super fun. I have had a certain look requested a ton, and that is an everyday 5 to 10 minute makeup look that you can do in a hurry, because you guys know I like glam and I haven't done that on my channel yet. So just a disclaimer, this will probably be longer than 10 minutes because I'm going to be explaining things, and I'm going to show you a look that's really fast, but I'm also going to show you how you can apply it specifically to you or different features. So on our lovely model today, we're going to get started. So I'm going to pump out her foundation. So my theory for doing super fast makeup is to do 4 different steps: skin, color, lashes, brows. If you can bust out those really quick, you will look fantastic. So we're gonna start with her skin today first, and I'm just gonna use a beauty blender. I like the beauty blenders because it's a super fast tool and it buffs it in and looks really seamless really quick. So usually if you watched my live tutorials before, you know I like to do the eyes first because it's really clean and that's my preference, and then I do the skin last. But what I've noticed when I'm doing makeup on myself, if I want to be fast, I do my skin first. Because when you do your eyes first, you kind of have to have a vision of what you want the full, turn towards me a little bit, the full look to be. And like your skin's uneven and stuff like that, and that's what you're seeing. But if you conceal your skin first and get a nice blank canvas, you'll like instantly feel prettier, so you won't spend as much time on your eyes and stuff like that. It's more of like a psychological thing, but I promise it works. So skin first. And you can I'm doing kind of a sheer coverage foundation on her. You can do a BB cream. I love It Cosmetics CC cream. It's super fast and it gives you a pretty good coverage. So another thing I'm doing on her to speed things up is I'm doing the foundation on the eyelids instead of a primer. She doesn't get too oily, and if you're in a hurry, it's going to be quicker to use less products. But if you have hooded eyes or you're the type where your eyeshadow totally creases through the day, you probably would want to take the extra step and do a primer. Okay, so now that that is on, we've done skin. Our skin looks great. We're leaving it really glowy. Now we're going to do color. So usually what you want to do if you're in the morning and you're in a hurry, you basically just want to look really fresh and really awake. So when we put our foundation on and we matte out everything's the same color, you're going to look a little blank. So we want to warm that up. So with her, I'm going to do peachy tones and a bronzer. So I'm going to use Hoola Bronzer by Benefit and an angled brush, and we're going to use this bronzer to contour and add a little bit of color. So I'm going under her cheek and then I'm buffing it up a little bit. Bronzers are amazing. They make you look really healthy and really glowy. A lot of people wear a lot less makeup in the summer, and that's because we get tanner and we get glowy and you just look healthier and more fresh, and that's kind of the point of makeup. I mean, obviously you can do really dramatic, awesome makeup looks and look really different, but for every day, most people just want to look like the best version of themselves, and that means we want a little bit of color. My dog's barking downstairs. They're usually pretty quiet. Okay, so next we are going to do a cream blush, and I haven't done a cream blush before, but I love them. So this is a gorgeous, like, peachy toned blush, and I'm just going to use my fingers and just do 3 dots on the apples of her cheeks, and then just pat it around. So I'm patting and then I'm gonna do circles. So first I pat, spread it around, and you wanna go light. I'm going with like a super thin layer. You don't wanna go too heavy. So the reason I do creams is because it goes well with, like, I didn't powder her skin, so it's gonna look really glowy and it's really fast, and you can use this color on the eyes and on the lips. So my biggest thing I found if I want to do fast makeup is to use as little products as possible. So we're going to use multi-use products today. So the same peachy color, we're going to go over her lips. And because it's a light color, we don't have to get it super even. We're skipping liner. Go ahead and rub that in for me. Okay. New brush, I'm going to do a little bit on her eyes too. Go ahead and close. If you want to look really put together and really effortless, it helps to do like kind of a monochromatic makeup, like use the same tones in your lips and your cheeks. And on your eyes, it'll just look really polished and you don't need as many products. So I'm also gonna wipe the blush off my hands. Okay, so I'm gonna use that same bronzer that we used on her cheeks and on her forehead, and I'm gonna define her crease with it. So I'm taking a really big fluffy brush, and this will help pull the look together, and it will also be fast. Go ahead and close. I have a lot of makeup, obviously, and I feel like when I do my makeup in the morning, sometimes it's kind of overwhelming. You're like, what am I wearing today? What color should I wear? Like, it's fun, but it's more of a slow process. So what I've started doing is I'll have like a go-to look. So I will pull like minimal products and I'll keep those all together. And then if I need to get ready in like 10 minutes, it's so fast because it's a look I do every day. You're not rummaging through a ton of products. And not that you have to wear makeup every day. I like to, but definitely don't have to. Okay, so I have that on just to define her crease. So some people, sometimes you can have, depending on your eye shape, you can just do a crease color and you're done. Like we can move on to the lashes and brows like I talked about, and this can be our eye look. I'm gonna show you how I step it up a little bit really quickly when you have smaller eyes and you want them to look bigger, or you don't have dark features and you want a little bit more color. Like I'm super fair. If I don't do a decent amount of color on my eyes, they just look smaller. She has a beautiful, you're more of a medium skin tone, so I would say for you, you don't need to put a lot of color in your eyes, but I'm going to show you how if you want to. So I'm going to go in with this palette and I'm going to use this light color under her brow, and I'm going into this medium brown one to darken up her crease a little bit. So I'm going to go in with my paddle brush in that light color. And you can skip this step. I think it makes a huge difference to highlight under the brow bone, because I feel like it makes the eyes look really bright and awake, and it makes your eyes look more open and defined. So this color is good because it's pretty sheer. Okay. So now I'm gonna get that medium color rustic. And when you've done the skin first, you want to be careful with your shadows because you don't want a lot of fallout everywhere. So I'm gonna use like a little tissue and just hold it at the corner. Go ahead and close. And I'm just gonna buff out that little V. And you know, this isn't super necessary with the tissue. Sometimes people, just the way they blend their shadows, they get a ton of fallout. Sometimes people don't. If you're the type that does get a lot of fallout, try the tissue. You can use a business card, you can use a credit card, anything, empty gift card. But when you're doing these like really light neutral colors, it doesn't totally matter if you get outside of the lines.
What do you do if you do get the fallout?
You can wipe it off and then put concealer. Like I'm going to do your under eye concealer last,
Okay.
so you can just wipe it off and redo. It just saves you time if you don't. Okay, next step. This is also optional. I'm just going to show you. Pencil brush. So we move down our brush, and I'm going to go into that darker. I'm going to show this front facing camera. Okay, this Cypress Umber color. So one thing that I think is slow for a lot of people, that like is a step in your makeup that takes a long time, is the eyeliner. Go ahead and close. So if I use a pencil brush and I just lightly pat in like a really dark brown by the lash line, it's going to give your eyes the same definition that an eyeliner will, but it's so much faster. Like that took me, what, 2 seconds. In eyeliner, you have to be super precise, especially if you're doing a wing. So pay attention when you're doing your makeup to the thing that is taking you a long time and figure out how to make it quicker or omit it. So I just press it on lightly. Go ahead and close. And then I'm gonna blend a little bit. Okay, and again, we could be done with the eyes, but I wanna show you one more step because I want you guys to see how much you can do in a really short amount of time when you cut corners, like not doing eyeliner and stuff like that, not doing a matte powdery face. So we're gonna go in with a highlighter. This is Becca Cosmetics. Their highlighters are amazing, but they shatter so easy, and it's like the saddest thing when it breaks.
Oh no.
So I'm gonna go in, and we left the skin dewy. I love like fresh glowy skin, so we're gonna go in and highlight her cheeks, and then we're gonna take this same color and we're gonna pop a bit of shimmer on her lid. So a smaller brush. And if you love brushes, go ahead and close, and you have a huge brush collection, figure out, like, create a 10-minute look for yourself and be really picky with the brushes you use and, like, keep them separate. So on your I'm in a hurry days, you only have, like, 5 brushes instead of a 10. Okay, now we are going to go on to brows. Okay, I'm going to do a brow pencil. So the reason I think brows are important is because brows give your face structure. So if you want to change the way you look, change your brows.
Right.
So I think it's important to give those a little bit of love when you're in a hurry. So what I think is quick is a pencil. I think powder goes on so light. I feel like I'm slower when I do powder on myself because I'm doing so many layers to get the shape that I want. So if you use a pencil, it's pretty quick and it's softer than like a brow pomade, so you don't need to be as precise. So what I'm gonna do for her, if I'm in a hurry, I'm not gonna totally rebuild a brow for her and do something completely different. I'm just gonna enhance what she has. And she has a finer brow, so I'm not gonna go super thick because I wanna keep her face in balance. So what I like to do is just really lightly, am I in the way or can you see in the camera? Really lightly just define her arch under her brow. And the front of her brows is a little thicker, and then she tapers off towards the tail, which almost everybody does. So I'm just going to extend her brow a little bit and give her a little bit of an arch.
I don't do my brows.
You don't?
It scares me. Like you said, it gives you structure, and if you mess up your brows, it's like
sometimes it's not the structure you want.
Right.
Yeah, honestly, brows they're super tricky. I've been wanting to do like a class specifically on brows, but I have to plan it out because I want to do a couple models. But I have an awesome trick. Anastasia, I don't know if she still does, but she used to sell these brow stencils, and they're literally like a piece of plastic with a hole. Right. And so you can kind of learn, like you place it on your brow, the one that fits your structure, and you fill it in with powder, and then you can see what your shape should be, and then you can practice. Because sometimes that's what it is. Like people don't know how to like give themselves the shape. We have a couple questions in the chat room. I'm going to take those in just a second.
Yeah, I do the bare minimum to brows. Just pluck out the ones that are and leave the rest alone. It's seriously scary.
Towards me. They are scary. They make such a huge difference though. And the beautiful thing about makeup is it's totally temporary. Like when people are practicing something that's trickier, like brows or liner, I tell them to do it at night before they go to bed because you're going to wash your face anyways, and it's not scary because you're not going out anywhere.
Or rushing to go somewhere and then you've got your face all red.
Oh my gosh.
All kinds of stuff.
It's like that meme that's like never do a winged liner if you're in a hurry or something like that. I don't know. It's funny. So you can see on her brow, so I extended it. So I like to do the underneath first because I like a really clean, sharp line, and then I like the top to be a little bit softer. So for her, she actually you have an awesome shaped brow. Like the hair is there, it just gets lighter. So she has an arch right where it needs to be. The hair's just a little more finer, so I'm just going to fill it in with the pencil. She enjoys me a little bit. There you go. No, you're good. And I'm just doing little short hair strokes, and I'm keeping it pretty light. Like I said, like, we're not doing a bold lip on her eyes, so I don't want her to have like such a bold brow that it takes away from her makeup. Okay. We're gonna do some under eye concealer. So I'm using Tarte Shape Tape on her. I'm just doing a peachy shade, a shade lighter than her skin tone, just to brighten her up.
What is this?
It's Tarte Shape Tape.
Oh.
Go ahead and look up. It's a really good, like, full coverage concealer. But what I love for like a more dewy look, I need to stock more shades in my kit. I love those little like highlighting pins that you can use as concealer too, because they just brighten up the area, but they're more sheer. Like, you don't have dark circles, so you don't need like a full coverage concealer every day. You can use one. I'm gonna do her lips next, but I want to talk to you guys about lashes, because that was the next step after brows. So lashes, I feel like sorry, speaking of lashes, I'm gonna dab your lashes with my beauty blender. They make the biggest difference. Like, the reason women get lash extensions is because you wake up pretty. Like, they make that big of a difference. That's why lashes are huge. That's why microblading is huge, because lashes, brows are huge. So lash extensions are awesome. Not everyone can do them, and they're a time commitment too, to go in every 2 weeks. I'm gonna comb yours out while I explain this. Go ahead and close. So most people, when they're doing like their quick makeup, they'll do mascara, but I am an advocate for false lashes, because I feel like when you do mascara, you curl, and then you are sitting there in the mirror and you're being so careful, you're getting that separation, that evenness. Like, at least when I do my mascara, it takes forever. If I do strip lashes, it takes 2 minutes. You have to practice, but these are my favorite kinds. So if you are in a hurry, do not do like a heavy mink lash. Don't do one with a thicker band, like you're going to be there forever. Get, like, these are Ardell Wispies. I'm going to hold them in front of your face so the camera can focus. So you want something with a clear band. Like, these are really flexible. They're super light. If you get good at them, you can literally pop them on in 2 minutes, and you can even skip the mascara. I promise it's faster. They're not everyone's cup of tea. Some people love mascara. Some people only need a curl. This is a preference thing, but this I have found to be amazing. So I like the Wispies. I like the Ardell 812s. These are the faux minks. These are so pretty. They just came out with these. And then these are the Studio Effects Wispies. So I'm not sure which camera to show. I'm going to show the front one again. Okay, so these Wispies are just thicker than the bottom. So if you like more glam lashes, or you have darker features where like you can wear a heavier lash, those I love. Okay, so practice with your fake lashes. If not, do mascara or skip it, whatever your preference is. Okay, last, we're gonna talk about lips. Okay, so if you wanna be fast with lips, and you want to do like a really bright color, like some people just love a hot pink or they love a red, do a gloss. Because if you have ever done a bright red lip, you know that you need to get it perfect, or it doesn't look as polished. If you want to look polished, use a gloss, because you can just throw on a bright color. With her, she has like a nice natural color to her lip. So we don't need to throw on much. So I threw on some of that peachy tone, but I am going to add a little bit of gloss because I do want a little more punch. So I'm going to do a brown gloss. And this is another thing that's like customizable. Like, this is the look I'm doing on her, but for some people, like the way their face structure is, or their coloring, or their tones, they can do way less on the eyes than I did, but they want like that brighter color. Like, some people need like a punch of color in their cheeks and their lips, and they can just do like lashes or mascara, and they look like super put together. So know your face. Like, try a couple different things. Like, maybe do less on your eyes and more on your lips, or less on your lips and more on your eyes. Like, pick a feature and go for it when you're in a hurry. Rub for me. This is a pretty color. This is
So you said put gloss on top of, like, if you're doing the bold red, then put gloss on top?
If you're doing a bold red,
not that I
don't do
It's too
it would
scary
look good
for
on
me.
you. If you're doing a bold lip and you're in a hurry, don't do lipstick, just do like a red gloss. Like get a red punchy gloss and like throw that on, because it'll be a little bit more sheer. Like the more opaque, like the less see-through you go, the more it has to be like really precise. Like if you can see skin through it in your natural lip color, you're good.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready to see your 10-minute makeup look? Yes. Actually, first we have some questions, and I need to show you guys her before. So I'm gonna pull up what's in the chat room, but we are gonna play on the video we took like a before video, so we're gonna play that for you guys. So this is her before. Beautiful. The chat room's not pulling up for me. I'm gonna have my husband give me his phone. 1 second. Okay. All right, the chat room's not pulling up for us, guys. I'm so sorry. But I will, after this, I'll look at your comments and I'll try to still answer them under my video. But I'm gonna show a beautiful model.
Ooh, I love it.
And she's just a babe anyways.
Oh, you're
like
so
she walked
sweet.
in no makeup and she's like glowing.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, super quick, super
yes,
easy.
Simple. Oh, it's so pretty. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you guys for
Always.
watching. Every Thursday, 8 p.m. Pacific time. Come back next week. See ya.
Bye.